Good morning and welcome to our final tutorial. Today we will focusing on questions from chapter 8 and sources of short-term financing. And the first question we were looking at, question 1, it says compute the cost. Okay, so good morning and welcome to the chapter 8 tutorial. So this tutorial we will looking at sources of short-term financing. And the first question on the paper we'll be looking at is a trade credit discount. So in A, it says, compute the cost of not taking the following trade discount. And it says 2/10 comma net 40. What does that mean? It means you can take 2% discount and pay for your trade credit, pay your trade credit in 10 days or pay full in 40 days. So effectively, you are taking a loan for 30 days. So what is the cost of that loan? That's the objective of what we're trying to find. How do we find that? We find it by finding K, where K represent the trade, where K represent the cost of not taking the discount. So K is the cost of not taking a discount, which would be the interest rate that you will be paying on the loan for 40 days. So K is found by taking B, which is the discount percent, divide that by 100 minus the discount percent, multiply by 365, and divide by F, which represent the final date, minus D, which represent the discounted date. So in effect, what we are doing there is saying that the period of the loan will be the final date minus the discount date. And in the case of A, it is 30 days. So here we set the problem out. 2 divided by 100 minus 2, multiply by 365, divide by 40 minus 10. You should get an answer of 24.83%. So that is the cost of effectively borrowing a loan for 30 days. That is the cost of effectively paying the bill on the 40th day rather than taking the discount and pay in 10 days. So let's move on to B. B is quite similar. So let's work question B here. In that case, what would be? We would find K, our discount amount, discount rate, which would equal to 2%, right? It is 2% over 100, and we can put percent here or not, minus D, which is 2%, multiplied by 365 over, what is my final date? My final date here would be 30, and my discount date would be 15. And this would give me 49.66%, a very expensive loan. So if I pay in full in 15 days, if I pay in full in 15 days, I'll get 2% discount. But if I choose to pay in 30 days, then that would be at a rate of 49.66%, as I would have effectively borrowed a loan for 15 days. So in C, you should be able by now to calculate what C is, and your answer should be 21.28%. And in D, your answer should be 6.64%. Let's take a look at question 2. Question 2 says to finance additional inventory, Art, Art Busters Limited is considering foregoing the cash discount on all of its purchases currently offered in terms of 2/10, net 45, meaning you can pay in full in 10 days and get 2% discount, or otherwise you can pay full in 45 days. No payment will be stretched. Annual purchases are 9.21 million. First, A, calculate the additional financing available to Airbus by foregoing the cash discount. So if Airbus choose not to do the cash discount, they will be able to hold that funds for an additional 30 days. So what would be the cash available? What would be the additional financing available to Artbusters Limited for foregoing the cash discount? So that's what we are going to calculate. So therefore, accounts payable foregoing discount so it's accounts payable forego a discount. What would that be? What would that equal to? The question is, this keeps coming off. Nevertheless, we'll continue. All right. So that would be the annual purchases, and so we want to find out what those annual purchases would be in terms of days. So if we find the average amount for the day, and then we'll be multiplying that by the final date, and that will give you how much should be available if you have the entire 45. So that would be annual purchases multiply by 3, 6. I'm sorry, not multiply, but divide, right? Because we're trying to find it for each day. So that would be divide. So divide by 365, and then we will be multiplying this by, we multiply this by 45 since it's 45 days, right? If you multiply that by 45, we would have 1,135,479. So let's go on. So that's the amount if we were to hold this cash for the entire 45 days. But remember, we are only given an additional 30 days because we would, that's the additional benefit that we will receive. We could pay in 10 days, or we keep this for 45 days. So we have an additional 35 days. That's what we're trying to find, how much more financing would be available given this additional 45 days. So therefore, how much financing would be if you take the discount? So that would be accounts payable I'm just gonna write it below. Okay. Accounts payable taking a discount. Taking discount would be what? So it would be the same annual purchases that we just find multiply by the discount amount. Alright, so again we have annual purchases divide by 365 so we can find it for each day, and then we're going to multiply that by 10. Right, so that would be, if we had taken the discount, we would have it for 10 days, and that's what would have freed up. So far, the additional, for 45 days, the additional financing available would be the difference between these two. So that would be 883, that's a 0, that's a 5, and that's a 1. Right? So it is A. Alright, so we are going to look at B now. So now that we have A, we can do B. So what is B asking us for? So B becomes simple, right? Because B is just asking us now to calculate that discount of him not taking the discount. Calculate the cost, sorry, of him not taking the discount. So we're calculating K, which is equal to 2% over 100 minus 2% multiplied by 365 over 45 minus 10. And this will be 21.28%. So that's a percent for question number 2. So what about question number 3? Question number 3 says S. Pumpkins has an average inventory of 360,000 with an annual turnover rate of 8 times. So it tells us the average inventory and the average turnover rate. The annual turnover rate, which is 8 times. It says the average accounts receivable balance is 522.50 and the customer pay an average in 30 days. S. Pumpkin pays in 45 days. Calculate S. Pumpkin's average accounts payable. So the first thing we're going to do is to calculate the average accounts payable. So A to calculate the average accounts payable, we're going to need to do what? We're going to need to determine our cost of goods sold, from which we can use our cost of goods sold and to find our average accounts payable balance. So let's go. Let's find cost of goods sold first. Is equal to average inventory times what? Average inventory times turnover rate. The average inventory times turnover rate is equal to 630 times 8 equal to 1 equal to what? 5040,000. There you go. So that represents our average, our cost of goods sold. So now we need to find what? Our average accounts payable. So our average accounts payable, we first find our cost of goods sold. Now we're going to have to find what would be the average cost of goods sold, which means like per day. And then we use that to multiply the number of days. Okay, so average accounts payable was equal to cost of goods sold, and we're going to divide this by 365 so we get the amount for each day, right? Multiply by the average payment period. Average payment period. Let me just clean this up a little bit. There you go. So what is that? We have average of cost of goods sold divided by 365 multiply by 45. So that would be 5040 divided by 365, and this we are going to multiply by the average payment period of 45, and this means that this would be 621,370. So that represents our average accounts payable. Average accounts payable balance. Alright, so that's our average accounts payable balance. So let's do B, which would be calculating the annual sale. So the annual sale would be what? The annual sale would be equal to the average inventory multiply again by our 365. So what we have would be, we have annual sale equal to average accounts, average AR, right? Let's write AR for accounts payable, multiply by 365, right? So that gives us like, on average, we would have AR of 500, and what's that number? 520,250, right? And then we will divide this by the 30 days. So that's equal to 520,250 50 multiplied by 365, and this will be divided by 30, and our answer should be 6,329,708. So that's sales for the year, or annual sales. So let's move to question 4. You guys can always make sure to slow this down, look at how it is done, go back over it, right? So you can always stop the video, pause the video if you so like, if you so desire. All right, let's go on to question 4. I'll just take this out here. Alright, so this should look 4. It's not saying 4 now, but it is 4. Let's see if I can change it here to 4. Alright, still saying 7. Okay, there we go. Now it says 4. Awesome. So 4, it said Paul promptly is a very cautious businessman. His supplier offered trade credit terms 3/10 net 30. Mr. Promptly never takes the discount offer, but he pays his suppliers in 60 days rather than 70 days allowed so that he is sure the payments are never late. What is Mr. Promptly's cost of not taking the cash discount? So he's not taking the cash discount, right? So he has 70 days to pay, but he's not taking the 70 days either. So he's not taking the discount, but he is not waiting for the end to pay. He is paying at 60 days. So therefore, his cost of not taking a discount would be based on K here would equal to what? So he has 3% over 100 minus 3% multiplied by 365 over what? Over he is effectively taking only 60 days and not 70 days. So therefore, his discount, Mr. Promptly actually accepting 3/10 net 60. So he's actually taking only 60 days. So this, if we calculate this, we should have Mr. Promptly cost being 22.58%. 22.58%. So that's the cost of him not taking the discount, because he is not also taking the entire time. So hence we cannot use 70, which would reduce his cost. We have to use 60, which means that he is actually paying more for this loan. Okay, let's move on to question 5. It says Little Kim Clothers can borrow from its bank at 6% to take a cash discount. The term of the cash discount are 2/5 net 90 should the firm borrow the funds. So should the firm borrow the funds. So now we have to do what? We have to compare the cost of not taking the discount with the cost of borrowing the funds from the bank and take the discount. So therefore, we know that the bank offers what the bank rate is. Bank rate is 6%. So if when we calculate him taking the discount, if the cost of not taking the discount is higher than 6%, then he should borrow from the bank and take the discount. However, if the cost of not taking the discount is lower than 6%, then he he should not take the discount. So we have to calculate the cost of not taking the discount, which is equal to, in this case, we have 2 over 100 minus 2 multiplied by 365 over 90 minus 15. So when we work this out, we find ourselves with 0.9, that's 0.9, so let me erase that. Okay, so that's 0.0993, which is equal to 9.93%. So you can see that the loan is a little bit more expensive than if he doesn't take a discount, that the cost of not taking the discount will be greater than if he goes to the bank, borrow the money, and take the discount. So we see here that that the not taking discount of 9.93 is greater than 6% if he goes and borrow the money from the bank. So he should borrow money from bank, right? He should take the loan, and make payment in 10 days. So he should take a loan and make payment in 10 days. All right, let's move on to question 6. And question 6 says the average price on 21-day Treasury bills at a recent Tuesday auction was 98.671 with maturity value of 100. Calculate the Treasury bill annualized yield. So we want to do the Treasury bill annualized yield for question 6. And we remember from our formula that how do we calculate this? We use 100 minus P, which is the price, divided by the price. And to annualize it, we find 365, which is the number of days in the year, over D, where D represents the number of days that you will actually be holding the Treasury bill for. In this case, number of days is 91. So therefore, what do we have? 100 minus 98.671 over 98.671 multiplied by 365 over 91. So our annualized Treasury bill rate would be 0.0540, which is equal to 5.40%. All right, I hope that's also clear. And I'll move on to the next question, which is question 7. So if you guys have any issue with these, you can just email your question to me and I'll respond to you. Let's just bring this up here. Give myself some space. Okay, I can go further up, right? Alright, perfect. Alright, so let's move on to the next question. McGriff Dog Food Company normally takes 20% to pay for average daily credit purchases of 9,000. Its average daily sales are 10,000 and it collects accounts in 25 days. So what do we do? A, what is a net credit position? So if you remember from the lecture, net credit position would be what? Your average AR minus your average of your payable, right? So accounts payable would be equal to what? So it would be equal to accounts payable let's go with accounts receivable first. Accounts receivable will be equal to what? Will be our average daily credit sale multiplied by our average collection period, right? So average daily credit sale daily credit sales multiplied by average collection period Right. So in this case, what is the inventory? Inventory here, accounts receivable here would be 10,000. Right? It says its average daily sales are 10,000. So it will be 10,000 multiplied by what? 20 or no, that's 25, right? And it collects in 25 days, so that would be 25. So that's equal to 250,000. So now we find the accounts receivable. We need to find the accounts payable. So accounts payable. And that would be what? Average what? Average daily credit purchases, right? Multiply average daily credit purchases multiplied by average payment period. Payment period. Payment period. So average so accounts payable is therefore equal to 9,000. And we're going to multiply that by 20 and that gives us 180,000. So now that we find these two, the question asks us to find what? To find what is the net credit position. So let's go about finding the net credit position. And what would the net credit position be? It would be the difference between the two. So remember, he can either be a net lender or a net receiver of credit. So let's see which one is it. So his net credit position would be accounts receivable minus accounts payable, right? Equal to AR minus AP, which in this case would be 250,000 minus 180,000, which would equal to 70,000. So it means that this company is a net lender, right? It's not a net receiver of credit, it's a net lender. It offers credit because it has a positive position, because AR is greater than AP. So this company is providing more in terms of loans to customers than it's actually receiving from its vendors. All right. So let's continue with the question by working B. Keep on having this. Okay. All right. So B asks us to find if a firm extends its average payment period from 20 days to 32 days, and all else remain the same, what is the firm's new net credit position? So in B, the firm has extended its payment from 20 days, right, to 32 days. So let's calculate that. So we already know that the accounts receivable will remain the same. So AR will remain the same as 250, right? And now we know accounts payable will be 9,000 multiplied by 32, and that should be 288,000. So here we're going to have a negative amount of 8,000, and which means that the company is now a net receiver of loan rather than a net giver of loan. So the net credit position has changed from him being a net lender to now being a net recipient of $38,000. Okay. So again, you can slow down the video. You can stop the video and go back through, make sure you understand. So let's move on to our final question for today. And this question is not from chapter 8, it is from chapter 7. I just want to include this here because I didn't do one of these questions when I did chapter 7 last week. So I'm including a question on calculating reorder a period for inventory. So it says Higgins Athletic Wear has expected sales of 22,500 units a year, carrying costs of $150 per unit and ordering cost of $3 per unit. So what is the economic order quantity? So if we go back to the formula for calculating economic order quantity, we know that economic order quantity is equal to, so we know that economic order quantity is equal to the square root of 2SO over C, right? So in this case, we know it's equal to 2SO over C. So what are these represent? I think I was going right. So we have where S is equal to sales, O is equal to order and cost per order and C is equal to carrying costs per unit. Right. So based on that, we can calculate our economic order quantity for A. What is the economic order quantity? It would be the square root of 2 times 22,500 times 3 over 1.5. Right, remember all of this is under the square root, right? Everything here is under the square root. So let's put a bracket to make sure that we know that. Taking the square root of this entire thing right here. So that gives us the square root of 90,000, and that's equal to 300 units. Right, so that's for A. That's A. How about B? So B asks us to find B says, what is the average inventory and what is the total carrying cost? So average inventory is just taking the economic order quantity and divide it by 2. So average inventory is equal to divided by 2, which is equal to 300 over 2 equal 150 units. And the second part of that question says, what is the total carrying cost? So how do we find total carrying cost? Total carrying cost would be equal to the average inventory times the carrying cost per unit. So total carrying cost equal to average, we keep on missing out the V, inventory multiply by carrying cost per unit. Carrying cost per unit. Okay, so that's carrying cost. Let's write that. Clear. That's carrying cost. Carrying cost. So what is that equal to? That's equal to 150 units, which we know for our inventory, multiply by $1.50 per unit. So this should give we total carrying cost of $225. So that's for B. So what is C asking for? C says, what is the total inventory cost? So how do we find total inventory? Am I going up? I need to go down, right? Okay, so I'm trying to add a page here. Alright, so I'm having problem getting it down there. So tell you what, I am going to do C right here. So remember, A and B are below. So C I'm doing right here. A and B are below because I'm unable to get C below. I'm just going to do C and D above A and B. Okay, so C is what is the average inventory and C is what is the total inventory cost. So how do we find total inventory cost? Total inventory cost would be there we go. So did we find we haven't found that yet, right? Where am I? Oh sorry, I'm at the wrong place. I'm here. Total inventory cost would be sales times order quantity over Q. That's sales times order cost over Q multiply plus C Q over 2. So we know sales, we know our order cost, we know Q, right? And we know C. And so Q is our quantity, right? So in that case, what do we have? We have 2250 multiplied by 3 over 300 plus 150 multiplied by 3 over 2, right? Because E would be Q is our quantity, S is our sales unit, and we have O, our ordering cost, and we have carrying cost, which is C, and that's 150. All right, so based on that, we have 225 plus 225. Oh, yes, that's wrong. 225. This should be a 2. So Let's change that so that it looks like a 2. Alright, so that's a 2, and that's 2, and that gives us 425. So that's our total cost of 450, not 425, but 450. So let's change that and put the correct amount of 450. All right, so that's C. So how about D? So for D, it says assume an additional 30 units will be required as safety. What will be the new inventory? What will the new inventory be, and what will the new total carrying cost be? So the first thing we're finding is the average is the new inventory. So what would new inventory be? New inventory would have to be the average inventory. So the new average inventory. Sorry, the new average inventory would have to be the average inventory plus the safety stock, right? So we know from B what the average inventory was, right? So new average inventory is therefore, and the new average inventory is equal to the old inventory, which was what? It was EOQ over 2, right? Plus now we're going to add a safety stock, So that gives us what? 150 plus our safety stock of, and the safety stock is 30 units, so that's equal to 180 units. 180 units. So that is our safety stock plus our new average inventory. Let's write that so that everyone can see clearly what we are writing. New average inventory. And that's equal to, alright, so what's the rest of these says? What will be the new total carrying cost be? So what will the new total carrying cost be? So carrying cost will be 150 per unit, right? So if carrying cost is 150 per unit, so the new carrying cost will therefore equal to our number of units here, which is 180 multiplied by 150, and that's equal to 270. All right, guys, there you have it. You please go back through and practice all these questions that we have done. Go back through and practice them. Please go back over the slides that we have done. Go back over and do the slides. Go back over the slides that we have done. The exam will be on operating and financial leverage. So this operating and financial leverage, management of current assets, working capital management, and sources of long-term financing or management of current liabilities. So once again, the exam will be on operating and financial leverage. So that whole topic, including break-even analysis, how to find operating leverage, how to find financial leverage, and everything surrounding that topic. So, um, chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7, and chapter 8. So those are the chapters that will be covered on the exam. The exam has 24 multiple choice questions. So it has a total of 35 questions. It has a total of 35 questions. 24 of them will be multiple choice, and then the others you have to work out and put the answer. So again, remember that you have to go back through each of these, do as many questions as you can from the text, read the text, do the questions, the practice questions that we did in class. Make sure you can do them all, and then prepare yourself and do your exam. If you make sure to log on before, make sure you have a proper internet connection. The exam is at 4 p.m. in the afternoon on Friday, the 24th. Make sure that you log on early so that you can make connection. I will be available on email, sitting at my computer, waiting to see if you guys have any issue, or you can send me an email. But I wish you all the best. Good luck in your exam, and I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you.